Alright, so in the last video we have been started bug hunting, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do in this video as well. So let's see. I have been doing some research, and apparently we don't need the braces behind the ID anymore. So first, let's go to our models, and first we're gonna fix that. So first the article model, we're gonna delete the braces behind ID. I'm gonna do the same with category model. Oh, I already did that one. Then we go to course model. I'm gonna do the same here. So we're gonna delete the braces behind ID. Lecture model as well. Podcast we didn't have. Then we have section. That one is already done. And last but not least is gonna be the user model. Let's check this out really quick. And we're gonna delete that as well. I'm gonna take away the documentation ebook which I was reading. Not because I don't want you guys to see it, but it's more like a copyright thing. I'm not allowed to show ebooks I bought. First, we're gonna delete CloudKit here because no idea what it is doing there. Okay, so let's run this one more time. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we still have 5 errors, right? Okay, so after this, we're gonna do ID value. We're gonna do the same here. Course ID dot ID value. Maybe we could actually do course model dot ID value. We could actually do UUID, I think. Let's run this one more time. Let's see. Okay. Parent property requires that course model dot ID value, aka UUID, conforms to model. Okay. So the problem here is that what's this? Okay. The biggest problem here is that I don't really know what that means. And I've never experienced this before. So I'm gonna check one more time into the documentation how they do it. Let me see. Okay, model and content. Schema, that is okay. ID, that is okay. Let me see where it goes wrong here. Okay, so parent, yes, we have that. Domain transfer object we don't need. Let's see, .id. Okay, so as you can see, it only happens to the parents. So apparently we are doing something wrong with the parents. So generic class parent property requires a category model. Okay, so there's a problem with the category model, right? So let's check this out. So we have category model. It actually conforms already to model. You know what? Let's go to definition. Let's see if we can see something. ID is the ID value. Okay, that's just a protocol. Let's see what any model is. Maybe we can see something. I don't know. Okay, so that has nothing to do with us. Okay. Yeah, it does conform to model, but why is it still complaining? Because it only complains about the parents. And what does this mean? Let's first change this to .id value as well. Then we're gonna check this one again. Category model .id value. Normally I think we don't even need ID value. Normally ID should be alright. Let's see. We're gonna run this one more time. Okay, so we still have the same problem, right? So generic class parent property requires that course model.id value, aka UUID, conform to model. Okay. Let's see, let's click here. What's this? Where 2 is equal to category model.id value, aka array. Yes, because we are using an array. Where 2 category model. Yeah, okay, the parent property. but I don't really understand what this means. So, okay, let's open up a browser. This is not a browser, this is something else. So I'm gonna open up a browser really quick. And let's see what they say. Okay, let's go. So we have the vapor4 generic requires ID. That's, you know what, let's first copy and paste the new error, just in case. So I'm gonna take this. And then the vapor4, we're gonna paste this in. But model conform to model. Okay, so let's do it like this. Parent property. Okay, let's go to fluent relations. So fluent relations, this is actually documentation. This is the old documentation. We need vapor 4. So we're going to delete this. Vapor 4 and docs or documentation. It's this one. Here we go. Okay, so go to fluent. I'm going to model. No, I'm going to relations. Okay, so as you can see, here they don't even use the ID value, they just do the model, right? As you can see. So that actually means that we don't really need that. Let's see. Okay, so this is an optional parent. Key. Children, let's see how we did that. So actually it's all the same, right? Okay, so let's go to section model, that is okay. We're not using siblings, we are not working with pivots, so we don't need that one. Okay, so this is the parent of star. Then there's a field named ID, which is used for setting up and updating the relation. Okay, but we already did that. So what does this mean? Field keys.section. Okay, you know what? Let's go to field keys really quick. Okay, that didn't help. Okay, for our section model.id value. So let's delete ID value. Let's see if this does something. This actually did something. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's delete this one as well. ID value. Let's go here. We're gonna delete the ID value here as well. We're gonna delete it here as well. And we go to this one. We're gonna delete ID value as well. And let's run this. Let's see what happens. Okay, we still have 4 category model. Oh, okay, yes. So we actually, I think we can actually do, let's try UUID here. I'm not sure if this works, but I remember something that it does. Yes, it does actually. So section model, we're gonna change the UUID. And in this one, we're gonna delete the ID value. And in here, we're actually gonna change this to UUID. And last but not least, we already fixed this one. No, we didn't. So let's make this UUID as well. Let's run this. And we have one more that is crashing. And what is this? Generic class of category model. So this is the article. Okay, so there's still here goes something wrong. Okay, so let's see. We have category here of UUID, that's all right. This is actually how bug hunting goes, right? You read the documentation, you check, you try stuff out. So generic class parent property requires that category model conform to model. Okay, this is really weird. So let's say we make this just category model. Let's see what happens. Let's run this one more time. And it works. I think we fixed all the bugs. We fixed all the problems we had. Yes, we did. So we're gonna stop it right there really quick. Because the next thing we are gonna... Yes, that's because I killed it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab my GitHub desktop. That's here. I like to work with the UI when I work with Git. I know how to work with Terminal as well, but I actually like to see what I've changed or what I've done. So what we did here, this is a summary. We added new models, new migrations, and updated our enums. Okay, so when you work with Git, I like to make sure that it's actually descriptive, that we actually know what we did, so that when something ever goes wrong, we can actually go back there and see what happens. So what we did here, we added our new models, new migrations, new enum values, and we added our database interaction, and we fixed some bugs. Okay, so now next time when I look at Git what I did, I actually know what I did, and I actually can read what we worked on and so on and so on. As you can see, I work in a different branch. I work in a dev branch right now. We have two branches, main and dev. And I like to put everything in dev, and when everything works in dev, I actually merge these branches together. Okay, so now we did that. Now we're gonna do something new. We're actually gonna create a seed. And what a seed is, this actually allows us to create a standard user or an admin user for if we need to do something. So that means that when we go to seeds, we can actually do new file, and we can call this create admin seed. And the whole idea about the admin seed or about the create an admin is that we can create one standard user to do everything that we need to do to our API. So all right, so in here we're going to do import Fluent, import Vapor, and if I'm not mistaken, we're going to do struct create admin seed. And let's see if we have something. No, we don't have a seed, so we're going to call this async migration. And I'm going to open up another ebook really quick. We're going to open this one, the server-side Swift by Tibor Bodex or Budex. I'm going to put it on my other screen because I'm not allowed to show you guys ebooks that I've bought because of copyright claims. Okay, so according to here, we're actually going to do this inside the prepare. So what we're going to do, we're going to do prepare on async throws. That is okay. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do let admin is equal to user model. Gonna open this one up. Then we're gonna open this one up. ID we're gonna make nil. Name. In this case, we're gonna create a full user. So Johan. Last name. That's mine. That's Tsas. Date of birth. Doesn't matter. We're gonna make nil. Username is admin. Email. Hey, what's this? Admin. Email is gonna be johan@devscorch.com. Password is gonna be test 1 2 3 4 5. never do test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and never save it as a string. But we are going to do that right now just to just for testing. So then we have created at. We're going to take date, updated at. It's going to be nil. Address is going to be nil. Zip is going to be nil. Nil. Subscribed at is going to be nil. Hey. Nil. Subscription end is going to be nil. And the user role is going to be, let me check really quick. User roles. User role dot admin. Okay. Under there, we can actually do dot create on a rack. No, on DB. Sorry, on database. Okay. Under there, we're also gonna create a revert. Do we need that one? Yeah, we do. So let's do revert. And in there, we're actually gonna do try. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. We actually, I think we did something. 1 second. Okay, yeah, I understand. So we're gonna delete this. This one we're gonna delete. And under there, we're actually gonna do try await admin dot create on data database. Yes, so now so now we're actually writing it in the async way. And in here we're actually gonna do try await user model dot query on database dot delete. Yes, this is everything we need for our seed. So what we did, we actually conformed to the function prepare. We created a let variable of a let or a constant from admin, and we are creating a user model of ID nil. And the reason why nil is because ID is normally automatically generated, so you don't need to give it a value. Name, Johan, last name, and so on and so on. So what we're gonna do now, we actually go to configure, and under migrations, we're actually gonna do seed. So mark seeds. And in here we're going to do app dot migrations dot create. No. Wait a second, let me check really quick how he does it here. Ah, yeah, I see. So then he does app.migrations.add. That's going to be the create admin seed. And 2 we can delete. Right? And then after that, we're going to do dot seed. I think this is everything we need to do, I think. Let me check really quick. One more time. App.migrations.add. Block migrations.seed. Okay, yeah, of course, that is the struct. We don't need, okay. So now, theoretically, we should have a user. Theoretically. So let's run this and let's see what happens. And we have some, what's this? Oh, okay, yeah. We actually need initializer there. We need dot raw value, I'm really sorry. And updated at, what's this? Oh, okay. So, you know what? We're just going to give this a date as well. Let's run this. Actually, later we actually need to add another initializer. And the reason why is so that when we create a user or something, we don't call the subscribed at and we don't call all the other stuff that we don't need. So this should work now. What's this? Subscription ends. Okay, let's also make this date. just for testing purposes, we can change everything later. We're actually gonna add another initializer after this. I just want to check if this works and to see if the user is created. Normally, this shouldn't be a problem. Let's open this one up so that we can see a little bit what's happening in the console. Okay, so the application actually launches, so that is already something. Okay, so as you can see here, the debug, we actually added vapor username, database vapor username does not exist. Okay, so we made a mistake in the database system. So let's check this really quick. Configure. Password environment.get. Oh, okay, so we didn't give this like another value. So we're actually gonna do this. Then we open up terminal really quick. I want to see what the database name was, and that's probably Postgres vapor-database. Okay, so after that we're actually gonna do empty string vapor-database. And now when we run this, theoretically it should actually find the database just fine. Okay, let's see. We have now another crash. Okay, error is at top domain or top level server column category reference in foreign key constraint does not exist. Okay, so I think we made a mistake, and that means something goes wrong in the migration in this part. So let's see. Okay, so we have the user migration. The user migration doesn't have a category. Let's go to category migration. Foreign key. What is this? Article model.fieldkeys.category. Okay, so here it goes wrong. We actually made a mistake here. So when we go back to configure, we actually have to put article migration above category migration. And I have a feeling we also have to put course migration above category migration. So let's run this. Let's see if this works now. Because don't forget, in Vapor, migrations are executed in the way how they're written. So when the migration starts on 32, it keeps going till they're all done. So theoretically, this should work. Okay, let's check. So fatal error is at top domain level. Column category referenced in foreign key constraint does not exist. Okay, so let's see what's going wrong. Configure. Then let's go to category migration really quick. I think they are talking about this foreign key. I mean, that should be the foreign key because we don't have other foreign keys added, right? Do we? No, we don't. In here as well. Okay, so there is something goes wrong here. So it's I think it's this one. This foreign key. Article model.fieldkeys.category. Now what does it complain about? Okay, I think we need to reset our Postgres thingy. So we can open up Docker, and this is the one we're gonna delete. Oh, first we have to stop it, otherwise we can delete it. Delete. Goodbye. We go back to our terminal. Now we delete it. Now we created actually a fresh new database. Theoretically, when we run this now, it should actually work. And if not, we're gonna check in the next video how we can fix this. And as you can see, it crashes again. Why is it crashing? I'm gonna research this a little bit, and when I find a solution, I will share this with in the next video, because I experienced this before, but I'm not sure how I fix it. So we're gonna check this out in the next video. Thank you for watching anyway. I hope you guys learned a little bit about Vapor, about migrations, and about seeding. If you guys have any questions, make sure to hit me up in the comments or send me a message on Discord. I'm always there. And yeah, I see you in the next video.